Let's look into types of acceleration. There are two types. One is uniform, other one is non-uniform. It's similar to, the idea is similar to your uniform speed and non-uniform speed. So under uniform acceleration, what is that we are looking at? Actually, let's recall about acceleration. So what does acceleration mean? Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity. Whenever we see change in velocity, an object is said to have accelerated. So the change in velocity can be equal for every second or unequal. Right? I can change something equally every interval of time, every second. If not, I can change it unequally. For example, let me actually show you guys an example. Over here, the object is traveling unequal distance in all of these intervals, but there is some equality in this, and that is over here. You can see the distance covered by the object is unequal for every 2 seconds. But when it comes to velocity, can you see that? There is steady increase in velocity for every 2 seconds. Sorry, every second. 0 to 1, there has been increase of 5. 1 to 2, there is an increase in velocity of by an amount of 5. Right? So let me copy this so that we can discuss it. Remember, change in velocity is nothing but your acceleration. So we're looking at velocity, and let's look into how it's changing. So you can see every second there has been increase in velocity by an amount of 5. Oh, just a second. Okay, so now you can see over here, everywhere, wherever you take, in between also. Can you see that? This is same, right? This is known as uniform change. Whatever it can be distance time graph, doesn't matter, whatever it is known as uniform change when we come across such a situation. Here there is change in velocity in this manner, but not direction, not distance or displacement. It's to do with velocity and also acceleration. Acceleration is neither increasing nor decreasing, it is fixed at 5. So this is an example of, can you guess? Yes, uniform acceleration. If an object travels in a straight line, this is the first condition. If not straight line, then there is change in velocity, right? And its velocity increases or decreases. It can be either of this. By equal amount in equal interval of time, then the acceleration of the object is said to be uniform. So let's look into a case wherein it is decreasing. It is decreasing, right? Acceleration is negative and the velocity is decreasing. So even then we can have, oh, I didn't do a good job. Okay, anyways, you won't be able to see that, but you will be able to see the graph. Let me close this. Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 steps, but you'll be able to see the graph. So there is decrease in rate of change of distance or displacement because the velocity is decreasing. Can you see that velocity is decreasing steadily? For every second, it is decreasing by an amount of 10. Every second, it is decreasing by an amount of 10. Can you see that? 190 to 180. Then 180 to 170 for every second. I just showed you guys only 5 seconds. And you can see over here, acceleration is negative, minus 10. So throughout, the acceleration is negative. Right? So it can either increase steadily or if not decrease steadily, but it has to be the same direction and same amount of change. Then we said to have a uniform acceleration. Next is non-uniform acceleration, wherein the car is traveling, any of this condition is not satisfied, then you have non-uniform acceleration. If it's not traveling in the same straight line, or there is unequal increase or decrease of velocity in equal interval of time. Anyways, this is more practical. This is how day-to-day things work. But yes, we need to get introduced to the idea of acceleration and everything, and the whole concept of motion with uniform acceleration. We can't directly jump to this. So we are limited to this point. That's it. We won't see any kind of example, or we won't see any numericals. So we have fixed syllabus, and that is still here, right? What else? Okay, I have a small thing. Object accelerating at 5 meter per second square. That is at constant acceleration. So this is an example of every second there is increase in velocity by 5. So this is said to be accelerating. This object is said to be accelerating at a rate of 5 meter per second. So that very example I already showed it. Remember, here if the velocity happened to start with, if the initial velocity that is the object started moving, say we started, okay, maybe not moving per se, obviously the object will be at rest, say at 110 meter per second at 0th second or 10 seconds, and every second we will see an increase in 5. As per this value, we will be seeing an increase in 5, right? Magnitude of velocity is increasing by amount of 5. So that's what we saw over here. If I keep continuing to do this such values is what I'll be seeing. So please understand, acceleration is change in velocity. When there is non-uniform speed, the distance and displacement will be curved. Remember, it won't be straight. Here it looks straight because it's just a 5-second interval, and if not, you can see very clearly it's not a straight line. It should have been this way. If it was a straight line, you can see it is deviating, right? So please understand, because this is the end of it, and after this is all of this concept in a formula manner. So if you guys didn't understand the concepts till now, then you have to rewatch from first video in a sequential manner. If you have jumped, then I think you would have not understood. If not, it's not big deal. We have learned it very sequentially, and every concept has been taught in detail. So I hope you guys write all of this, and again, don't be lazy to simulate and understand and have a go. About this, I'll be explaining how to make use of this and what values we need to give so that it makes sense. You will be able to get a similar result as mine. So you'll be learning all of this about this in the next section. Conceptually, I hope you guys understood. So once you understand the next concept or next integration of all of this concept as a formula, then you will be able to manipulate and get different results, and you'll be able to see different things, right? So now you have to pause and write pretty much everything.